Good morning, everyone. It's Spirit Sessions, A View of the Light. It's our first episode of 2020, and it's the beginning of our third season. And we are so excited for this season coming up. We didn't think we'd be here that long. And I want you to listen to a little bit of this music because this is by Vicki Sampson, and I'm playing it from my YouTube, so I'm hoping it works. Just one sec. Take a listen. And
We
in the
do not
meantime,
own the
guys,
music.
just share out the
Copyright.
show and like it and our page and share it out to your friends. I'm going to play this up loud. Okay.
It cut out again. There we go. Now when the night begins to fall, I listen for your call. I listen for your heart. Alone my dreams to be another false. Oh, just go around.
Hey, so this is a teaser because we're guest all the way from South Africa today. And we're so thrilled to have Diana Collins-Smith with us. I'm so happy that Teresa always finds the most wonderful, interesting people. And please share this out to win next week with Teresa. So, Teresa, will you introduce Diana to us and tell us all about her?
All right. Well, I met Diana through that amazing dragon class that I had. It was a 6-week course, and we were all there on Zoom together, watching each other and experiencing so many things together. I know what we all grew, and we became a tight family through those 6 weeks. It was amazing and it was fun. And we've had Rosa Puerta on, and later on we're going to have Susan Nichols on, and next week we're going to have Araya Onra on. So all of my dragon family is coming forth. And I always see Diana with 2 dragons pacing behind her because I feel that she's got important wisdom that she's bringing through and that they're helping to protect that wisdom so that when it comes through, right people will be there to hear it and stuff. But let me go click over here, and I want to read to you some of her bio. My friend Diana is an amazing energy healer, a teacher, a writer, psychic medium, and kinesiology, kinetics and stuff. And she's coming out of Cape Town, represents a hidden mind and bioenergy in Ireland and in Africa, and the living threads of Australia. And let's see, down here I was seeing a little bit more. Oh, she's got these amazing tours that I am so wanting to go on. She does amazing tours in South Africa to some of the sacred sites down there, and those are so important because a lot of those portals have been closed for a long time, and now they're starting to reopen. So it's really important to visit those portals. And the vortexes and the leylines, she's been working with that, and I love that. And there's one more thing, the writing. Too far. Okay, well, I know you do some writing too and stuff, and I appreciate that. So, Diana, I want to welcome you to our show, and I want to tell you that not only do we have adults watching this show, we have children watching this show. And I want to give a quick shout out to Kinley, and thank you for watching us, because today we are going to enjoy a meditation with lions. So, welcome, Diana.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's such an honor to be here, and you are such a ray of sunshine, Teresa. Thank you. I'm very excited about this, and I've been preparing quite a lot for us to talk about with regards to the white lions and ancestral healing. And we were saying just before we came on air, the lions are here. There's a lioness here with me, very strong energy, and there's a male lion in the background. So we'll see what ensues with the lions. They are amazing, amazing beings. The white lions are a unique strain of Panthera leo that only started incarnating in the early 70s that we know of. Those were when the first ones came about. And they're very different to the tawny lions, very, very different. They are completely white, and many of them have startlingly blue eyes, as you've seen on the photographs. They are so, so precious.
See, I
They
always
are
thought that was Photoshop. I didn't know that was so real. That's so cool. You teaching us this.
It is real, absolutely real. Their arrival was predicted by a tribal shaman long before their physical appearance on the planet. But they are here. The local people knew that they were sacred animals and believed that their appearance was prophetic for the changing times on Earth that we're living in. And it's very fitting that we're talking about them for your first show in 2020, because 2020 is going to be extremely significant for bringing in the energies of the new age of Aquarius and the golden age, of which the lions have a very, very strong connection to, as do the dragons, Teresa, as you know. So all of these wonderful beings are here now for this purpose. And they are known as the children of the sun god. The sun god Ra. They have a very strong connection back to Egypt and Egyptian mythology. As of course the Sphinx is a leonoid figure, and there are many of them going back in ancient mythology. There are many instances of humans shape-shifting into lions, and the mythology also says that kings, when they die, go back to being lions. So there's something very significant about lions, all of which we do not know yet. But this information is being given to us in bite-sized pieces, and it's so exciting. It really is so exciting to be alive, going through this time. Jesus was known as the Lion of Judah, which I thought was also very significant. And as we've just come through Christmas, and he is such a significant figure in our Western world. There's a wonderful shaman in South Africa by the name of Baba Krida Mutwa. He's very old now. He's about 92 years old, I think. And he broke silence in the 1970s. The high sensites take very powerful oaths of silence when they take initiation. But he had tremendous courage to break silence, because he said it was time for humanity to be aware of these truths that these shaman have known for centuries. And sadly, because he broke silence, he has been shunned by his own people, and he's had a very difficult life. He's very well known outside South Africa, but not that well known within South Africa, which is interesting. And many attempts have been made on his life. But he is known as the lion priest. So he has all the wisdom of the lions, and it's mainly from him that we have discovered all the things that we know about the white lions. So the white lions need protection. They have been taken by the sinister forces as for canned hunting, and they have a very high price on their heads. So there are some fabulous people out there that are doing wonderful work to protect them. But what I would like to do in the meditation we're going to do today is to do some protection around the white lions, and also to make it better known in the world how significant these beings of light, the sun gods, are on the planet right now. They're holding the consciousness for humanity, and they're very much birthing the new age of Aquarius for us. The birthplace of the white lions is in a place called Timberbarton, which is just west of Kruger National Park, about halfway up Kruger National Park, in the bushveld in that area. That area falls on what we know as the Noletic Meridian, which travels down through Africa from the pyramids of Giza all the way down slightly east to the center of Africa, and comes through significant sites like Great Zimbabwe ruins, which were known as King Solomon's mines, and Timbavati, where the white lions have incarnated, and then travel through a place called Adam's Calendar, which is a very significant monolithic site that predates Stonehenge, and is where Baba Krida Mutwa actually took initiation as a Sangoma many, many years ago. And it ends just out into the Indian Ocean, just the other side of a city called Durban, which is a very big urban hub. The mythology around the Noletic Meridian is that a river of gold runs beneath the Noletic Meridian. It's 30 degrees east in the north and 30 degrees south in the southernmost tip of it. And this is obviously where King Solomon tapped in for his gold, and the Anakaya, various other alien races came at that time to harvest that gold. So there's many, many stories around that, very interesting stories, but we may not have time to go into all of that.
We'll have to have you back because you have many
Yeah.
things. You do many things.
Okay. So if we can get into our meditation, I think it would be a good time to start connecting, because these lines are prowling here now. They are ready for connection. So if you would sit comfortably in your chairs or on the floor, wherever you feel most comfortable, with your spine straight, as straight as you can. Take a deep breath in and feel yourself connect into the earth below you. Breathing deeply into your lungs, feet firmly on the ground, or body firmly on the ground. Take in another deep breath, and with each breath visualize breathing in golden energy and exhaling all your old, stressful, anxious, rushed energy that you might be had from the day. Breathing in deeply into your lungs, pulling the air right down into the base of your lungs, expanding your chest and contracting your belly, and exhaling, letting go, letting go. Breathing in once more, imagining the golden light coming in and filling your heart center, filling that center in your chest, where your physical heart is, but that whole area across your chest and across your back. With each in-breath, bringing in more golden light. And pulling the air down into the depths of your lungs, down into your legs, into your feet, and through the roots out into the earth, grounding you and anchoring you as you release any negativity, any darkness that you might be carrying in your body into Mother Earth, who is the wonderful transformer of our energies, cleanser of our energies. She transmutes everything that's dark and turns it into light. Feeling your heart center expand with the golden light, feeling the golden light expanding out and across your chest, your back. Feeling the stress releasing from your shoulders and your neck. Now with the next in-breath, I want you to imagine a golden thread of light coming out of your chest and up your throat, through your head, and out through your crown chakra. And just see this golden thread of light floating around above your head. Feel it as it moves out of your body, starts to gain momentum, And sitting on either side of me now is a white lioness, very young lioness, very active. And on the left of me is a white lion. He's older, more mature, he's got a beautiful mane and the most exquisite blue eyes. So it is your choice now whether you want to connect into the female or the male, or you can connect into both if you wish. Extend with intention, extend that golden thread of light out from your crown chakra, down into the crown chakra of the lion or the lions, connecting through into their crown chakra. They're very open, they're ready to receive. They've been helping me work on this today, so they know exactly what's happening and they have a gift to give you. Wonderful gift. Bringing that energy down into their crown chakras, down through their skulls, through their heads, and down into their heart centers, into their lion hearts. They have such beautiful, beautiful lion hearts, full of courage, full of love, unconditional love like humans have no idea exists within these beautiful beasts. Pull that energy down and anchor it into your lion. See, coming down their bodies and out through their four paws into the earth, anchoring the energy between the two of you into the earth. And you are connected now, and you will be connected forevermore. Whenever you need to call on your white lion, they will be there. They will be as protector, as guardian. They are gods and goddesses of the planet, and they hold the wisdom for the planet. So when you need wisdom, you need guidance, they will be there for you. Ask the higher beings, the angels, Creator, any other beings that you work with, Jesus, Mary, the Ascended Masters, to be here with us, to strengthen this connection, to strengthen the love, develop all of that energy. Bring in the violet ray. Send gratitude to your lion for the love that they have brought, for the wisdom and for their teaching. They may come to you in your dreams, they may come to you at any time, bringing you wisdom, bringing you love. They're very playful. They love to play, they love to interact. And sometimes you might just feel their tail flicking against your legs as they walk past you. They're just like cats, just like big kitty cats. They love to be loved. They are connected to you and there's no separation between you. I want you to now disconnect that thread from your lions and bring it back up through their paws, up through their heart center, up through their crown, bringing all that energy with that golden thread of light and bringing it back down into your crown chakra, through your head, down through into your heart center. And feel your chest expand as if it wants to explode with all the love and wisdom and gifts that they have brought to you, they have given to you. And this is your gift or initiation, shall we call it, for your heart center of lion energy, of courage, as we move into this new year, 2020, which is very significant. There are many significant things happening this year for all of us on this wonderful planet. And it will give you the courage to move forward, to be a leader, to be a way shower, a light worker, whatever you feel called to do. thank your lions connecting to you, and start coming back into your body, start feeling your body sitting in the chair, moving your body around, twiddling your fingers and your toes. And when you feel ready, you can open your eyes, feel grounded. Right, so now
Anna.
I could see them just as clearly as if they were right. That was so cool.
That was amazing.
and so playful.
Mhm.
They love that just as much as we do.
Yeah. I actually felt one right here in my space, and it walked over to me. It sniffed me. I could feel its breath and hear it sniffing me. And then it put its forehead down towards my forehead and made like a sound. And then it stretched and laid down. And that was it. I was just like, okay, it was nice though. Very cool.
Wonderful.
Give you a headbutt like a cat.
Yeah, right. Well, it was just kind of like, putting, like that honoring thing. I don't know. It just felt very sacred.
Oh.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Wonderful, wonderful. So the lions, as I spoke about earlier, are so significant on the planet right now, and they need our love, they need our understanding, they need our support, because as most beings of light have been under attack, these ones are too. So the more people know about it, and the more we can send love and light and energy to strengthen them on their plight. There are no more wild white lions on the planet. They are all in captivity now. Some because they're being protected, and some because they're not. So we need to help them wherever we can with as much light as we possibly can, for the significance that they are bringing to us and to Africa, to Mother Africa. Very much the feminine energy, and the feminine energy is birthing here in a very big way. It has been very patriarchal for thousands of years, but now the feminine is getting its turn, and a lot of that is now coming down the Noetic Meridian down into southern Africa. It's also interesting with the astrological things that are happening this year. It's the age of Aquarius in the northern hemisphere, but the opposite of the age of Aquarius in the southern hemisphere is the age of Leo. Opposite sign to Aquarius is Leo. So that is also, I think, significant as to why the lions are coming back and going to take over the energies in these parts of the world. So I think there's going to be a lot coming out of Africa very soon. There's a lot shifting. Araya was out here last November 2018, and she awoke the black female dragon of Africa, who lies all the way down the continent. Her birth canal is in the Nile, is her birth canal, and her head lies at the southern tip of Africa in a place called Knysna. So she's awake now, and as she awoke, so a lot of things happened, a lot of shifts happened within Africa. So there's a lot of very significant things happening, and many people don't realize they move into the negative, politics, economies, finances, and all that sort of thing. But there's no doubt that there's a lot of very significant things happening, and we are moving forward. The women in Africa are the mainstay. So the feminine energy, it's time for it to have its heyday. It's been suppressed for a very long time. And I think it's very significant that we had a female white lion here today. As you probably know, the energies of 2020, it has been predicted that it's going to be a time of clarity. It's going to be a time when the old structures collapse, come crumbling down. The patriarchal energy is definitely gasping its last breath. But things like the banking industry, the pharmaceutical industries, all all of those paradigms that have kept us enslaved for so long are now going to start crumbling, and the truth is going to be revealed to everyone on the planet. And a lot of things are going to start changing. We're in a crisis ecologically on the planet, as we all know. And one of the big lessons that the white lions have come to bring us is the connection to Mother Nature, the connection back home, not to the exclusion of technology, but to connect to all beings on the planet, from the plants to the elementals to the water spirits, to the animals, the mammals, the birds, the insects. Everything has a function, has a place on this planet. And the lion, as the king of the beast, is incredibly significant to the ecosystem. As I'm sure you know from in America, I know you had a lot of problems with the wolves. And when the wolves were starting to become extinct, ecosystems started to collapse. It's a similar situation. So all of our beloved animals need protection, they need love. But the lion probably most significantly, because it's the king of the beasts and it's at the top of the food chain. The white lions are very mystical creatures, and they can shapeshift, according to Credo Mutwa. Many of the Sangomas have observed this. I can't wait to observe it myself. It is part of their knowledge, of their wisdom, that they learn how to shapeshift, how to shift into different forms, from animal to human, and also to astral travel. They are very much from the stars. They are star beings, star gods, as we probably all are, and they can return home to the stars at whim, at will, and bring back the knowledge with them as they need to. The first white lion that came to be in Timbavati arrived in a meteorite that crashed into the earth and split open, and this lion cub came out. And at that time, the queen, the rain queen of Mujuji, who is a lady that lives in that area, was present and witnessed this. So obviously it was meant to be. And it was from there that they seeded and they came about. So they were meant to be in that space, in that sacred land. In Africa, we have very many sacred sites, as we do have all over the world. But these vortexes of energy are starting to re-energize, starting to awaken. They've been closed down, shut down for aeons of time. So once or twice a year, when I feel called, I will take a group of people to these very, very sacred sites, where we will go and we will do ceremony, we will sing songs, we will dance, we will connect with each other, and we will awaken or assist that energy to awaken for our own healing, but also for the healing of the planet. So they are connected through the leylines of the earth across the planet. As you know, there's no separation. We are all connected through various channels, but particularly the leylines of the earth are opening up, and I think it very much correlates with the dragons coming in right now as well. That energy can be sent out. Timbavati, where the white lions are, is a particularly powerful vortex of energy. Cape Town, where I live, Table Mountain, there is a vortex of energy on top of that mountain.
It's a gate
which
12,
is also,
isn't it? Is this the 12th gate or something like that? That's
correct. Correct.
Is that correct? Yeah, because I knew it clicked in my head somewhere.
Yeah, it makes it part of the sacral chakra. So we process a lot of the darkness and the heaviness for the planet in this part of the world, which also correlates with a lot of the things that happen here with great suffering and poverty and homelessness and that sort of thing, which unfortunately characterizes Africa. But as those vortexes are opening and being charged up, that energy is being consumed, illuminated, and transformed. So this is the new golden age coming in, is going to transform a lot of the darkness. Africa has always been known as the dark planet, or the dark continent, should I say, and that is now changing rapidly. It is really the last continent that hasn't had a revival, an economic revival, as we've seen with Asia and other parts of the world. And that, I believe, is a blessing, because we haven't got consumerism and mass consumer of all sorts of things, but at the same time we need an injection of abundance in this planet, in this continent, which I think is going to come in a very different way to how it has come in other parts of the world. But we will watch that, and as we awaken the next couple of weeks, the 10th of January is very significant. The 12th of January, we'll be doing sacred ceremony on top of Table Mountain to correlate with Uluru and the awakening that's happening there, and the connection to all of us around the planet. Mount Shasta, all of these sites are really starting to warm up. With Africa, I also believe that there's a lot of karmic debt that has to burn off, that goes back many, many aeons in time. And that is also part of the work that we're doing. There's a lot of earth healing work going on. There's been a lot of battles, a lot of wars, a lot of bloodshed, and a lot of that lies in the land. So there are people working on those areas, and when we go out to do the tours, we go out and we find those places to heal them, to connect in with the history of those places. There's been many masters in Africa and many conquerors and much suffering. In Great Zimbabwe, there's definitely an energy of human sacrifice, and that needs to be cleared. It is starting to come away, but it comes away in layers like an onion. It's probably the center of slavery was Africa. So a lot of heartbreak, a lot of sadness from this continent as people were taken elsewhere and separated from their loved ones and their families. So we work with that as well. We work with whatever comes up. A lot of witchcraft, voodoo up in northern Africa, that again is coming up as the light is getting stronger. So this stuff is coming up to be cleared and to be shifted like never before. So very much moving into the epoch of what was hidden is now being revealed. And hence my healing modality that I do is called the hidden mind, where we use kinesiology, which is dowsing, either with a pendulum or with dowsing rods, and sound therapy. Sound therapy works very well on land healing as well, using sacred instruments, which are frequencies, to assist the land in healing. And not only the land, the trees, the ancient people of Africa, the shamans, call trees people. They are beings, sentient beings like we are. They are honored, or they used to be in the ancient cultures and in those that know. Trees were very, very important. And as the roots of trees spread out under the ground, they can travel miles and miles and miles. And they used the trees as communication tools across the continent, as many of the animals communicate across the continent. They use crystals. We have some amazing crystals that come from this part of the world that are frozen energy that we use to communicate from one part of the continent to another and across the world. So there's a lot of wisdom here. A lot of it has been suppressed, but thank goodness for wonderful people like Baba Prida Mutwa, who has had the courage, the lion-heartedness to come out and spill the beans, so to speak, on all of this wonderful information and truths that he holds. The story with him is that because he broke silence, he will have 6 generations of karma for his family, for his bloodline. So it's an incredible price that he has paid for humanity to be privy to this information. So amazing beings. We have a lot of love. We have a lot of kindness on this continent, and big smiles. People on this continent are always smiling. They're happy people. They're loving people. They're kind people. You will see when you come to visit us. It's just a fabulous place to be. Lovely energy.
I'm going to put the lions to work on that. Yeah, because I really, really want to go now. It's been on my sights for a while, going to Cape Town and going there. Yeah. So that's so wonderful. Did you have another meditation you wanted to do with us, a short one for healing, or was that all part of the other one? Because I felt tremendous, and I know a lot of our viewers said they're just they felt the same things like Bex did, like the presence of the island, nuzzling and getting head bumps, and yeah, it was just wonderful.
Yeah.
Nancy, Louise,
Sorry,
and Vila. Sorry, how much time?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got time. If you've got time, we've got time. Yeah.
Okay. Fabulous. 15 minutes. All right. So let's do some ancestral healing. Calling in the white lions to come and assist us with that. So sitting straight in your chair with your spine straight and breathing in, connecting in again to the heart center, to that golden light as you inhale into your heart, pulling in that beautiful golden light. Releasing any tension, any anxiety, any fear, any resistance you might be feeling at all to healing ancestral karma. This very significant work that you will be doing for your bloodline, for your families. Breathing in deeply the heart energy, making sure that you're well connected to Mother Earth. Releasing. Feeling the lion energy as they start to gather around us. There's a whole pride of lions here now. They're getting much bolder now. Thank you, beloveds. They're bringing their energy to support and to amplify the vibration of what we're doing here today. Connecting in. You might feel them brushing up against you, rubbing against you, like a cat would. And looking at you with those beautiful, beautiful blue eyes. Lose yourself in there. Connecting in from your heart energy, connecting into the heart of the matriarch in the pride. Who's a large female who's very clearly in charge. A lion heart supreme. Connecting into her heartness, connecting into her courage, connecting into her unconditional love as you feel the heart flame within your heart center burst into flames, opening up the heart center to the diamond light within. As you connect to her, she fuels that flame within your heart. Go within for a moment in silence and speak to her and ask her to assist you in healing your ancestral karma, your ancestral trauma, going back 15 generations, going forward 15 generations, and linear on either side. And feel the energy as she projects that into you. As she burns away the chaff, she speeds up the molecular spin of your cells, of your DNA, projects more light into your energy fields, into your physical body, and amplifies your ascension process, amplifies your journey, your purpose, brings about much more clarity for you starting off this new year. Understand what you're doing, what you should be doing, and to help you realign to your true purpose for your highest good and for the highest good bloodline and all those many thousands of people that this will influence, not hundreds of thousands, across the planet and beyond the veil. Connecting into the star systems, she's calling in Sirius B, calling in Saturn, Neptune, a being has arrived from Arcturus, and he is holding a golden ankh in his hand, the ancient symbol of healing from Egypt, and he is placing it into her heart center, into this matriarch lion's heart center, standing over her while she projects the energy from that golden ankh into your heart center. Amplifying healing, amplifying the vibration, and amplifying the light we will be able to absorb as we move into this new epoch, as we move into this new decade, birthing this new golden age of Aquarius/Leo. Such an exciting time to be alive. Send her much love and much gratitude from your heart center. Communicate with her now if there's anything else you wish to ask, share with her, and her pride. As soon as you feel ready, thank her. Thank all of the lions that are here now, just in this process. Thank the being who came to bring the Ankh. Thank you, beloved. Thank you. Sons and daughters, slowly disconnect the energy, your heart centered to hers. Do it very gently, very slowly, very mindfully. Pull the energy back into your chest, center of your chest. Take a moment to say one last goodbye to her, feel her chest closing up. Does too. Just relish in the feeling of calmness, love, of serenity, and a certain feeling of power, ironess comes over you. Connect your energy back into the earth through the soles of your feet as you're sitting on the chair. And you can start moving your fingers, moving your toes back into your body very gradually. In your eyes. Is everybody back?
Yes, beautiful.
Ooh, so powerful.
So wonderful.
Very powerful. Interesting that the man with the Ankh came. I wasn't expecting him. So a double initiation of energy to assist us in our journey as we go forward and into this very significant time that we're moving into in Mother Africa and in the world as things start to really speed up. Are you feeling that? Feeling that? Yep. It's quite tangible now, as we feel unrestricted. It's like the bounds have been taken off and we're able to move forward unimpeded. That happened around about Christmas Day. It was quite significant. But the next two events, the 10th of December, the 10th of January and the 12th of January, are going to be very significant for all of us to step into the new energies.
So that I can feel how we're all working together. It's beautiful to be a part of all this.
Isn't it wonderful? Yes. And we're gaining momentum. That's the fabulous part. Because for so long we've been working, but now it feels like the wheel is turning and things are really happening. With all these beautiful beings coming to assist us, the light has really increased substantially. And with all the centers being powered up, all the vortexes around the planet being powered up, it's just fabulous. So many things are changing. Healing for all. healing for the entire planet, for the animals, the nature beings, the humans, the oceans, the creatures under the sea and above the sea.
Just amazing.
Thank you, Diana.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. So much. And we'll have to have you back to tell about the other things you do, because you do so much. And about your other. I put all your links in the beginning of the video, and you can contact Diana through those links and learn more about her trip that in November, which
Yeah,
is
the
so
tour.
exciting. I'm trying to figure out how. I'm going to let the
Yeah,
lions figure it out for me.
yeah.
So I'm going to let them figure it out for me. So yeah,
I'm
how
sure
we
they
can
will. If
get
you're
that.
going to be there, you'll be there.
Right.
We were going to do a giveaway, a free reading for
That's right.
somebody.
Yes.
Right.
So whoever shares this out, or did you want to? Oh, let's have them guess a number. Let's have everybody guess a number, and whoever comes closest, we'll contact them. So you can. Let's do it now. Whoever's still with us, you think of a number between 1 and between 1 and 44. And whoever guesses, put your guesses in the comments right now, whoever's listening, and you'll win a reading with Diana Collins Smith. A mini reading, right, Diana? And whoever has shared it out the most will win a reading with Teresa this week. So guess a number between, or intuit a number between 1 and 44. Diana's written it down, so just connect in and just comment for us. Okay, I'm getting numbers here. People are guessing. So if you guess a number between 1 and 44 and write it in the comments, you'll win a reading with Diana. People were saying, Teresa Holmes said, that is so amazing. Thank you. Deborah, you have to decide. You can't give me 2 numbers because that won't work. I'll take your second number. I'm reading and going through. That's funny. The lion meditation was just so awesome. They were just there, and then I got different symbols coming through. So, yes. So, in the meantime, Bex, did you want to do a little announcements while we're waiting for people to come in, and then we'll talk to Teresa and then Diana at the end? Okay.
Do you want me to ask her the theme song question now then, or do you want me to?
Yeah, sure. Ask her, because
Okay.
I kind of hinted at it.
So if you had to pick a song to be the theme song of your life, what would it be?
Theme song of my life. African Dream.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I put it in and in the advertisement. I'll put it in the comments too, because it's such a beautiful one. Oh,
Yes.
I see everybody. Yeah, we've got lots of
And
coming
if you
in.
look at the YouTube video, there's some gorgeous photographs in the YouTube video of African scenes. The white lions are there.
Oh, wow.
They're well
Beautiful.
taken.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful.
And the lyrics are beautiful.
Yeah, they are, and the music is just, yeah. I've been grooving to it all week. I've been putting it on in the morning and listening
good.
to it.
Oh, good.
So I've been.
Yeah. She was dancing away this morning when I came on.
And I don't dance, do
Oh,
I? I don't often dance. No, I don't dance. I'm not a dancer.
Maybe you should dance more often. The lions will have you up dancing.
Okay.
yeah.
There you go.
Take it in there. I'm just putting it in the comments. So
So I wanted to share real quick when we were doing the first meditation, connecting with our lion, I felt guided to grab a crystal that I have that I haven't worked with too much to use as an activation to help me connect with the lion more directly so that when I'm holding the crystal, I can actually pull in the lion's energy with that. So I just thought to share that because that was a very cool little side note. And then when we did the second one, I actually felt a circle of lions around me. And when they opened their mouths, I expected the roar, but they actually all were, there's like a vibration came out of their mouths to activate the heart center more. So that was pretty cool too. So I just wanted to share those things. It was like completely beyond what I was expecting to experience. So I'm really honored to be able to have that experience, and thank you for bringing that through for us. I really appreciate it. Yeah, beautiful.
Something that the lions love is sound. We work with sacred sound with them, with chakra bowls, tuning forks, etc. And they just love it. They almost go into a state of trance when they listen to those sounds.
Very cool.
Very, very in tune beings.
So I'll give people one last chance to put a number up there, and so Bex will give but Teresa, you wanted to share a little story about what happened last night, because this is interesting. So why don't you share a story? So Nancy Louise, she says she has a special piece of clear quartz that does that too. Inside her bra. Awesome.
And about the crystals, you guys that have used the crystals during the activation today, you could take that crystal and tap it to another crystal and share the energy and have more, and you can give them away or whatever. It transfers the first one that you used to another one. I mean, it still stays in both. It's not like it leaves one to the other. It spreads. So this is something else you guys can do, and put them on your grids.
It'll work in the replay too, right?
Oh, heck yeah, huh?
We can do it again in the replay if we didn't have their crystals with us. So it's really worthwhile, I think, at least for me. I like to go back because I try to be present, but I'm still watching everything, making sure everybody's up and working. So from mission control here. So yeah, it's the replays I can testify are as stronger because you have more intention and you're intending to do it right then. So. Okay.
It's a fabulous something, crystals to amplify. Very good.
I love that.
I'll share the winner of last week's shared out. So again, if you share out this week, whoever shares out the most will win a session with Teresa. So make sure you share it out. The winner of last week's shared out, who shared out the most last week, who won a mini reading with me, is Stephanie Lynn. So congratulations, Stephanie. I'll be contacting you to schedule your reading, and I'm very excited. So yeah, keep sharing out, guys. We appreciate the support. Yeah.
Fabulous.
I love that.
Okay. So Teresa, did you have a story about the little girl that you wanted to give a shout out?
You want me to share that? Okay. So, like I was saying at the beginning, we all have little things that we do when we're resting and sleeping. You know, our soul travels, astral travels to places of healing, places of knowledge and learning, and we do other work as too. And one of the works that I do on the other side is I always go to people who are in fear, and I help them. I sit with them and just be a calming energy to them until they're feeling better. And so I was wondering, do I still do that? Because I haven't had any astral memories of doing this for a while, so I didn't know if that time faded and I'm on to other things or what. And so I was looking for some validation to see what it was, and this morning it came when Vila messaged me and told me that her daughter, Kinley, had a dream about me, and I had come into her room in my glory, not like this, okay? I wasn't there to scare her. It was a beautiful thing. And so I came into her room, and floating above my hands was a beautiful red orb. And so I'm assuming that I'm helping her to ground and feel security again because of the red and the root chakra and the stuff like that. So apparently I'm still doing work on the other side, but I know we all do. It's just whether we remember it or not, or whether it comes through into the daytime. So I thought that was pretty exciting, and I appreciate that. And so I'm gonna get with them and see what else we could do.
Okay. So Diana, if you could give us the number, then I will announce the winner. So.
My number is
and I'll
22.
go with your last guess only. So, and unfortunately, this is only going to be on the live. So if you didn't join us live, you're going to miss the giveaway. And you have one last chance guess a number between 1 and 44. And Diana, who can't see the comments right now, will
She already
tell
announced
you the number.
She said it.
Yeah. Oh, what did she say? Sorry. The number is?
Yep. What's the number? 22.
32?
22.
22. Yep.
22. 22. We had a 22.
Good.
Woohoo.
That's awesome. That was the number that popped in my head because it's a 22 year.
Me
and I'm
too.
a 22. So I was like,
Yeah,
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 that's my number
yeah.
this year.
I thought so. That's so cool. That's so cool. Wasn't that so
Yeah.
fun with the Lions today?
Much
It
fun.
was.
Who's our winner?
It looks like I'm only choosing the person who had their last number. So if you guessed it and then you re-guessed it, I have to go with Nancy Louise, 22. She had 22.
Ooh,
Yeah.
nice,
Okay.
Nancy.
Good. Good, good, good. Yay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's
So-
great, Diana. Nancy's one of our regulars, and she's
So-
been with us for quite a long time. You're gonna love her.
And
Would
a
you like
Works
her
with
to friend
animals.
you?
later.
She works with kitties.
She does.
She does work with cats.
So it's perfect.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that would be wonderful. A feline.
Feline person, for sure she
Yeah.
is. She's a kitty whisperer.
Yeah.
So great. We'll connect you, or Nancy can private message you. Nancy Louise can private message you because you'll be able to find all her content. So thank you all for joining us today, and thank you again, Diana. We'll have to have you again on, and
And stay afterwards, Diana. I want to tell you what happened during the meditation for me. So don't close out.
Thanks all. Thanks. See you next week.
Have a blessed week.
Namaste, our
Bye.
friends.